So this is a mistake that you would get a serious fault and fail for on the test. So we have a traffic light here that's red. This is for us. Now the cars that are coming from your left, the cars that are coming this way, they have a traffic light over there. So when your light goes to green, that light isn't for you. That is the secondary light for the driver coming from this way. So you shouldn't stop there. So here we can see the red light. Now on the floor, there is no solid stop line. There is no hard line here. There's a dotted line. This is where people cross the road, but there's no solid line. If there's no solid line, then this traffic light, red light, is not for you. So if you stop here, you would end up failing the test from my experience. Okay, so this is the Waterworks roundabout. We're turning right, taking the third exit. Our exit name is N Circular A406. So there's only one lane currently. There's two lanes now. We stay in the right-hand lane. Just going to forward it a little bit. Okay, so now we're approaching the roundabout. So we're using the right-hand lane. There's only two lanes. Okay, we're still going to use the right-hand lane because it's just too late now to change lanes. We're going to stay in the right-hand lane, A406. We're okay where we are. Now, as we go forward, we naturally go forward into this lane. We can also move into that lane because there's no one on our right-hand side. On the floor, it should say A406. So you see here, A406, and here it also says A406. So if they're both A406, if you say this one is better, as it's the left one out of the two, it makes it easier to leave the roundabout. So this lane says A104, so we don't want that one right now. So it's the third exit. So that's the first exit over there. Okay. So now it still says A406 in our lane, so we're okay to carry on. Now here's where you made the mistake. So can you see, naturally your lane goes forward into this lane. You drifted over into that lane without checking the left mirror, without realizing. So you just kind of switched lanes without checking the left mirror, without realizing. So this is the second exit. So we're coming off by the next one. So we do need to change lanes here. It's better if we do, but you must check the left mirror and give a signal and make sure there's no one that you're going to slow down. Now here, when you take the exit, it's better if you use the left lane. Okay, that way you won't have anybody coming from the right side moving into this lane in front of you. Also, when you get off the roundabout, you'll be in the correct lane. If you do use this right-hand lane to come off the roundabout, you must move back to the left lane later on. Then we came to this roundabout. This is called the Charlie Brown roundabout. We turned right, third exit. Now when you come to this roundabout, you'll notice it's not traffic light controlled, so you'll have to give way to cars coming from your right at the give way line. Because it's not traffic light controlled, you must give way here, which means you must signal right throughout the roundabout until you change your signal to a left when you leave. You must give a signal. Here you didn't give a signal, so remember, if it's not controlled by traffic lights, you must give a signal. Now here we were turning right at this traffic light junction. I had to brake and stop you here because you were going to turn right in front of this car. If you turned right, the car would have had to slow down, and it's their right of way. So when you turn right, you must give way to oncoming traffic. Okay, now here is a mistake you've made. It comes under normal driving position. So we're just coming off the roundabout here, and you're coming off in the right-hand lane out of the two. Let's call it the fast lane. Now what you must do after you come off the roundabout, when the road is straight like it is now, just move back over to the left lane. Now you haven't done that, and then you've been in this right-hand second fast lane for a long time, and eventually there's a van that comes from behind you in the lane that you're in, and they go into the left-hand lane, then back in front of you. So they had to go around you. Now, from my experience, the examiners, they give a serious fault. You failed for this, because the van that goes around you, it's a black color van, you'll see it in about 20 seconds. That van could cause an accident when changing lanes to the left lane, then again when changing back to the right hand in front of you. and the root cause of the accident would be because you're holding up the faster lane. So even if you're driving at the maximum speed limit, which is 50 here, it is still a fault. So see, the black van will come in a moment on your left side. Here it is, this black van, and then it comes in front of us. So the black van wanted to go faster than us, but it had to go around us. Even if you're doing 50 miles an hour, the maximum speed, and the van wants to go 55, 60, you must be out of the way in the left lane, not obstructing other vehicles, because it can be more dangerous to obstruct. Okay, now a lot of the time you're approaching very fast and braking very late. So here you approach behind this red color car and you brake quite late. Now you're also doing this at traffic lights that are red. You're approaching very fast and stopping with a harder brake than necessary at the end, or approaching the giveaway junction very fast and braking very late. It's not comfortable. You're not going to build trust with the examiner. The examiner will feel as if they need to brake for you. So if you just brake earlier, make things comfortable for the examiner, keep things predictable in your driving, you'll do much better. Okay, now we approached the next roundabout. Instruction was to go ahead and take the second exit. So there's 3 lanes here, 1, 2, 3. So we're going to use the middle lane to go ahead for the second exit. So you moved over to the middle lane. I'm just going to forward it a little bit. Okay, so you moved to the middle lane, perfect. Now the middle lane, it splits up into 2 and it makes a total of 4 lanes. Now here you should have kept left out of the 2 lanes when it split up. I'm just going to wait for the lane to split up, then I'll show you. So currently there's 3 lanes. Now we're going ahead, we don't really want to be keeping right. So you see here, this lane is getting bigger and there's like a line down the middle, like a crack. There's 2 lanes here now, and as you go forward more, it will show you more clearly. And you've moved over to another lane. So you should have kept behind this blue color car, as when you go ahead, you want to be keeping left somewhat. So maybe not in the far left, because that one's going to go left only, but keeping behind this car to go straight. This one and this one are going to be for turning right. So you see here, it splits up. So you should have really kept left when it split up. Now to take the second exit, it wasn't possible anymore. I'm just going to forward it a little bit to skip the queue. Okay, and now the lights change, so I'm going to forward it again. Okay, so we should have really been in this lane to be able to take the second exit. So you see, that lane is what we should have been in to take the second exit. It was in this lane, we couldn't take the second exit. And then what I said was, instead of taking the second exit, take the one after, take the third exit. So this is the first exit. We want the next exit, but we couldn't come off because we was in this lane. We should have really been in that lane. I'm just going to forward it. So second exit is just there. Okay, so that's the second exit. We couldn't come off because we were in the wrong lane. So I said just take the next exit, which is this one. Now here, the lane you're in, it splits up that way and that way like a fork. You can take from the lane you're in, you can go and take this exit, which was what I wanted you to do, but you missed it and you went on to the next one. So that's what happened there. We'll do that roundabout again in the next lesson. Okay, now we approached these metal bollards. Now these are here to restrict large vehicles from going through here. So they don't want large vehicles using this route, this road. So they put these here. But for a car or even a van, it's perfectly big enough for it to get through. Now, you did hit this bollard with your wing mirror, and I stopped you as soon as it happened. Then we went back. You just got to follow the left curb. It'd be easier to follow the left curb. Also, if you notice here, the left bollard is more to the left. It's kind of slanted to the left, so that's also a reason to keep more left. But if you just keep following this curb in your left wing mirror, then you can get through it. Keep as close to it as you can, when you get to the bollard, just kind of stop here. Make sure the end of your wing mirror is going to get through here and here, and it's not going to hit. So when we got here, you kind of hit the bollard. So just take it really slow, follow the left hand curb with your wing mirror.